The climate crisis is real and poses current and future threats to humanity. Dealing with the ramifications of rampant carbon emissions and continual environmental degradation is a process that must be simultaneously pragmatic and forward-thinking. To cultivate the conditions of a better future, actions of all magnitudes must be taken in the present. Fossil fuels, a non-renewable resource which releases greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide when burnt, are the principal contributor to the greenhouse effect. This causes global warming, an increase of Earth temperature, and will lead to a cascade of tipping points, including ocean acidification, rising sea levels, and ecological annihilation. Such consumption is critical to the crisis. Switching away from fossil fuel usage to renewable, cleaner energy sources is a vital element of addressing the situation. The United Kingdom is in a uniquely advantageous position to take these positive steps. Britain's location, long coastline, and existence as an island supply it with an abundance of wind, making it easy to generate wind power on and offshore. This also supports wave and tidal power, utilising Britain's proximity to oceans and seas. Inland, hydroelectric power can be produced through dams along Britain's waterways. Its sunlight hours, surface area, and uncovered roofs make solar power installation remarkably effective. This sets up a phenomenal platform for the UK to launch into a green future and combat climate change. However, this pathway may be squandered by right-wing political activity. Vociferous climate change denial is rife amongst the Conservatives and Reform UK, the country's two most prominent right-wing political parties. Consecutive Conservative governments weakened, abstained, and then rejected the shift to green energy, actively pursuing new fossil fuel projects towards the end of their tenure. Reform actively deny the climate crisis altogether, and both Farage and current Conservative leader Badenoch have rejected climate science in recent years. Capitalism can explain this trend. Fossil fuel companies pour money into politics to ensure their interests are represented in policymaking, rejecting regulations and green policies in favour of minimal taxation, market liberalisation, and new licences and subsidies for their projects. Right-wing parties are paid handsomely to represent these private interests and happily reject scientific knowledge and public sentiment as they try to implement them. Capitalists in the fossil fuel energy sector use their economic capital to buy politicians, who enable their right-wing vision to be realised. Problems lie elsewhere as well. Labour, supposedly a left-wing party, form a government torn between climate science and fossil fuel capital. Commitments to green policy, advocated by many within the party, are challenged by similar acceptance of oil money, leading to weaker implementations of green energy, such as carbon capture and storage projects, far less effective than advertised. They too are shaped by capitalism, be it through accepting fossil fuel funding or appeasing a hostile right-wing media, and are unable to detach from the power private capital holds over society. This jeopardises our ecological future. Labour's wavering is not good enough, but a worse fate awaits if Starmer's poor polling translates to a Reform or Conservative victory, and pseudoscience is allowed to dictate environmental policy. The time to act is now. A green agenda must be established and defended for the UK today, lest the fascists of tomorrow scrap the climate for corporations to plunder and burn us all. Alongside this, the capitalist framework must be identified as a millstone around our necks. It maintains the relevance of charlatan politicians through the market and supports wealthy corporations with direct economic incentive to maintain their devastating practice upon the planet. The conclusion is clear. Every political step must be taken away from the right if we are to beat the climate crisis.